Hello mate, here we are again. How are you?
Good mate, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Figuring it out. Getting
Pretty flat out, eh?
slowly just getting used to the new life that I live now. But happy and healthy and can't ask for too much more. So yeah, we're good. What have you been up to this week? What have you been shooting?
So yesterday I shot one of the netball teams actually. So it's the Queensland Firebirds. So it was the release of their new First Nations dress. So it was pretty cool. The artist was there who painted the artwork, which was then transferred onto the dress or made into a dress. So yesterday it was just I had about an hour with the girls and just had to smash out the shots. So I mean, a lot of times when you're working with athletes, their schedule is actually so busy. Where they've got training or physio or meetings or whatever it is. So yeah, they were pretty much got the dresses, first look. So they captured a little bit of BTS video of that, and then it was really cool to actually just experience them seeing this dress. Especially it means a lot to a lot of the girls as well. Being First Nation, and it was just like it was kind of a little bit overwhelming as well because they were so proud that they were wearing this jersey this week because it's Indigenous round, I think, for probably a lot of the sports or every sport in Australia. So anyway, I captured that, and I didn't have Joel with me. He's currently on holidays, so it's a bit of setup when you just go by yourself again, and you don't have that assistant with you. It's like everything takes just a little bit longer, and but again, that's the stuff that I shoot all the time. So it was, not set and forget, but yeah, it's like I'm very comfortable with not having to do a light test or anything like that. I know my distances, and yeah, so it was good just to be able to capture that for them, and then turnaround was super quick, so it had to kind of be delivered same day. So I just sat there and edited and exported everything, I'd say within about a 2-hour period and uploaded it, so some companies, I guess, you'd charge a rush fee or something like that, but because they're a good client to work with, and I appreciate them, getting me on board. So it was just, a matter of just doing what I needed to do, and then at least when I left the shoot, that's it. I don't have to think about it anymore as well.
So good.
It's it kind of saved me time in the long run.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I shot yesterday, and then tomorrow I've got crust pizza again, which is like I guess I'm probably like a monthly thing, I would say, at the moment.
Yeah, nice.
So that'd be cool, just some concept stuff, and then what have I got? And then got Broncos, Friday night, and then the weekend off. So having the weekend off is going to be, pretty just a surreal feeling, I think.
Good
do you get weekends
you
off? Like,
I do now. I used to work. A couple of years ago, I worked most Saturdays, and then it was sort of like every second Saturday. And then I've been lucky since a bit before SIG and post SIG. I haven't had to work that many weekends. I sort of do my freelance stuff on weekends, but it's different. Like I'm excited to do that stuff, and it feels like I'm accomplishing something when I can move my own stuff forward. That was kind of the purpose of going dropping down a day to be able to work on all my own projects. So that's been really good. And I've had on average, I've had pretty much at least one freelance gig a week for quite a while now, which is good.
So no weddings or anything this weekend?
No,
You
I
don't?
think this weekend might be the first time that I don't have something. I actually can't. My brain is just fully not working this week. We're only up to Wednesday, but yeah, it feels like I've been working all week. It's only been 2 days.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything freelance on, but I've got a bunch of channel stuff to catch up with. I've got
Yeah.
some videos that I filmed already,
Yeah.
and last week I've got some edits from last weekend, some freelance stuff that I have to do, so
Yeah.
that'll be good. Just life admin. I desperately need a haircut. I've
Yeah.
got the Lego hair going
So
on.
yeah, I need a yeah, I don't know what my hair's doing. It's it just gets real long at the back, so I think I get a mullet before I get anything else. But again, I can't really rock up to a wedding with a shitty haircut. I mean, it's acceptable these days. You look at all the footy players, but yeah.
Yeah.
What was I going to ask? Oh yeah, that Desky video that you uploaded recently was just, I thought it was schmick. Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
cool. Just informative, easy to watch for me. Like, and yeah, just I don't know. It definitely made me be like, well, why don't I have one? This is probably something that I need. And even though I already have a big, large desk, but I think just even that system for storage and
Hmm.
hiding all the cable management, like I thought, yeah, it's pretty cool. So, but yeah, I just wanted to say it was you did a good job on that. So
Yeah, thanks, man. That was a really good experiment, if nothing else, because I had to be, in a way, I had to be really careful how I made it because it wasn't sponsored, and I don't want to ever come across as like, look at me, I'm so big now, I've got sponsors and whatever. Because I think
yeah, yeah, yeah,
people can sniff, like if you're not authentic, people can just sniff that from a mile away.
yeah,
I suppose just for full transparency, for anyone watching that's seen the video, I was looking for desks and I genuinely went through. There's sort of 3 or 4 big companies in Australia that sort of do it and do it well. I mean, there's a million stand-up desk companies, but there's a few sort of big players, and I sort of went through them myself and I did my research, found the finishes and the sizes and the features that I wanted, and I said to Jem, because she was sort of pushing me. She's like, just spend the money, just get a proper desk. You
yeah,
one for
yeah,
ages.
yeah,
And so I landed on Desky because I genuinely just thought they were the best ones, not just all their features, but their brand was really good.
yeah,
Like their brand voice it just resonated with me. They're a really fun company with all their social media and all that. And so I said to Jen, why don't I just hit them up and just see if they've got a
yeah,
system for this. I
yeah,
can do photos, I can
yeah,
do videos, and
yeah,
hopefully make it worth their while. So I hit them up and a little bit of back and forth, but they gave me a really good deal on the desk. And the only obligation that I had was they said make a video whatever you want. Basically, I just had to have
yeah,
Desky hardwood sit stand desk in the title, and I
yeah,
just had to have a link in the description. So
yeah,
I ended up saving. It was $1,200 or something. It was basically I went all out with the kit, and they just said you can have half off anything. So if
yeah,
anything, that's something that I'm going to be experimenting more with in the channel. If I find something that I really like, rather than wait for someone to come and find
yeah, yeah,
me,
yeah,
why not
exactly.
just
Yeah,
be proactive? And it doesn't hurt to just send an email or
exactly.
get on the phone or
Yeah,
whatever. So that works really well,
yeah,
and I'm so happy with the product. Like, genuinely, the quality is so good, and I don't have to. It's nice to not have to. Pretend to stand behind something just because a sponsor
yeah,
is
yeah,
telling you to. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So that was
Yeah,
good,
it,
and
it was
even
it was actually a lot of content you have to actually create just for that short video. Like
yeah,
the amount of angles and the amount of different setups. Yeah, I was like, it's it's like, that's a full day's production, really. Like,
Easily.
by the
Yeah.
time you set it up, edit, like, so I think that's the thing that, some brands probably don't appreciate as well, because there are a lot of brands that'll hit up photographers or videographers, saying, hey, can I send you some stuff? And to be like, a lot of the time, it's actually not really worth your time because of, yeah, it's, I could get a mate and shoot a mate in this clothing brand or whatever, and it actually becomes so time consuming, and there's so much more planning. Like, sometimes it could be like a two day kind of thing. For what, like three $50 shirts.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I guess when you get to a stage in your career where you don't have to accept those offers, or even at the start, you don't have to, like, because you could still do that same exact concept with a mate without having to, you know, have a deadline from a client that's not paying you or whatever, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, interestingly enough, so like the desk setup genre is, I think, in the last couple of years, it's just exploded, particularly with everyone working from home. And that photo, just on Instagram, no joke, like I reckon 12 to 15 different desk setup pages have shared that image, like downloaded it,
so
uploaded it. Most of them are pretty good and actually, will tag and whatever else. But through that, I've actually had two different companies hit me up about they want to send me a desk chair. There was another company that wanted me to do like a 10 to 15 second ad in some of these videos that we do. They have some sort of like, what do you call them? Just like kind of like EDC,
organizer.
Desk, office related content, and like you said, it just wasn't really worth for what they were asking. They were asking 10 to 15 second ad, and basically it's a discount code for this new product that they were doing, and I get an affiliate commission. But it's just like, if I'm going to do something like that, it's not worth compromising the trust of my audience. Not that I'm betraying anyone's trust, but it's like, if I'm going to be shilling something, it's not worth doing it for something small like that. Like, the thing about the desky thing, I wasn't actually selling anything. I had no skin in the game. I was just showing a product that I genuinely really liked and used. So it was very organic in that way. And it's just like, I suppose, like I said earlier, people can just smell a mile away when something is not authentic like that. One big mistake I've made in the past, which I've decided I'm just not going to do anymore. There's this company in China that just every few weeks they'll hit me up with something that they've got, and they just want to, they must, like, just spray and pray. They must just send these things out left and right. I did that video. Honestly, not my best work. The ultra affordable YouTube gear was the video, and over a few months, they sent me a bunch of these different things, and I was like, okay, well, there's no way I'm going to make a video for every product. I'll just wait until 4 or 5 products build up, and I'll just stick it all in one video. It was a learning experience, and I actually did learn a lot from just the process of trying to light and film those review style videos. So I don't regret it, but it's just so not worth it. And especially if the gear is, everything was great for what it was, but to be honest, the level that I'm at now, I just don't need to be, for a $250 light and,
Yeah,
a
exactly.
cheap monitor and whatever. Like, I've got all the gear I need now. A couple of years ago, I would have absolutely frothed all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
But
exactly.
now I've ended up just like giving it to friends or people getting
Yeah,
into
yeah,
whatever. So it's
exactly. So,
it's just not
and
worth
that's
it anymore.
the age old thing of Instagram is that, yeah, I don't need all these free products because, the minimalist life or whatever, the life that we live is fairly, I've just got the things I need really. Like I don't need all these extra things, especially if it's just cluttering my vision or my workspace or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like even today I was looking at my desk and I have the monitors on my desk and I was just like, why are they still on my desk? Like I just want everything off my desk,
Mm.
even though the desk is large and it fits them. It's like I would just rather have them on stands just a bit behind the desks, just to have that space, that
Yeah.
yeah, because I hate the clutter and I hate looking at it. So yeah,
It's
but
amazing
again, it's like
how those small
yeah,
things make such a difference, though.
yeah, yeah,
It's almost like this itch that you constantly have this itch, and until you scratch it, you can't move on with your life. Like, one minor thing from the Desky setup video, the cable that I had from the monitor to the laptop, it didn't look bad, but to be honest, that was the only thing that I had in there that I thought it just wasn't as good as I could make it. So,
yeah,
since
yeah,
I've ordered a proper long cable, I could run it down through the back, up, down the bottom, whatever. Such a small thing, but it was just for a couple of weeks, it was just like eating away at me. Every time I saw the video, there's just this one cable running like right in the middle of everything. And, it probably cost me $40 to buy the cable I want, but I'm just so much more relaxed about it now.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway, that's my own issue.
Do you have an iPad?
I actually I did have an iPad. I gave it to my grandparents in lockdown so we could FaceTime.
Yeah, yeah, awesome.
Yeah, do you use one?
No, I was just thinking, like, I know that with the Apple stuff that you can actually just drag across screens now. So if you had
Mm.
your, just for extra screen room, or if I had a document there that I was, maybe I had notes, or I storyboarded a video, it would just be extra somewhere to chuck it. Or I know Cara wants to get one to start doing, like, higher end retouching. So yeah, I was just wondering if you had one, and how you might have incorporated it in that setup.
I would honestly love to get an iPad, but I just don't need it. It would just be
Yeah,
something extra in my life at the moment. I
yeah,
think probably towards the end of the year, my phone now, I've just got an iPhone XS, and it has been the most rock solid iPhone I've ever had.
yeah,
This is its fourth year, maybe. I've never had an iPhone last that long. Normally, after 1.5 years, they're dying, and I'm
yeah, yeah,
just ready to throw it out the window.
yeah,
This one's been rock solid, but I think it's getting, it's just starting to show some signs of wear. So I'll probably get, end of the year, I'll get another iPhone, and
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
probably go with one of the bigger ones when I
yeah,
get that. And I really don't need an iPad, as nice as it would
yeah,
be, especially
yeah,
like for traveling and stuff. I think it's really nice to have an iPad. I used to
yeah,
actually, when I was traveling, sort of, even band stuff or just holidays or whatever, I would use the iPad exclusively just for edits, even just candid edits on the road
yeah,
for
yeah.
musicians and stuff. I remember I had this they either stopped making it or they put it behind a paywall. There was this one, remember the Visco cam app that we all used to use?
Yeah, yeah.
There was this one.
I think it still works.
Yeah, do you still use it?
No, no, I
No.
don't. But I thought that app actually really helped me with understanding how to edit an
Mm.
image, like
Mm.
100%. Because if it was something that I saw a preset on VSCO, then I'd just try and emulate it
Mm.
in Lightroom before. I think they released packs maybe, or other people did. I don't know, but yeah, it was a good tool.
It was so handy, and the most underrated thing about that was you could copy and paste edit. So you put on your what do they call them, presets or filters or whatever.
Yeah.
You put on that, you might dial it down a bit, and then you go and you do a few more of the settings that you want, all the little tweaks you want, and then you just copy and apply to basically everything in the folder.
Yeah.
And that saved me so much time, especially in, like, let's say 2014-15, I had the shittiest laptop, like the shittiest old MacBook. It was it was an old heavy thing, and it was so clunky. And to be honest, for 95% of all of the stuff, especially all the candid stuff, the ViscoCam app just works so well on the iPad.
Yeah.
I have to say as well, if you do get an iPad or down the track or whatever, I would highly recommend it might be an extra $150 or whatever, get the one with cellular. So when you travel, you can buy a prepaid SIM, stick it in your iPad.
True.
That was off its head handy. That was so useful, especially in the US, just to have internet access wherever you go. Obviously, you have it on your phone and whatever, but I got a whole lot of use out of that, and I think it's one thing that most people skip. They're like, I don't really need. I've got my phone in my pocket. I don't really need it, but super handy. And down the track, that's why I was able to give that to my grandparents, because I just put a little prepaid SIM in there, and I chop it up for them every month, and
that's cool. Yeah,
it works so well.
Yeah. That's sick.
Well, I had some stuff to talk about this week, but we've done a pretty good job of avoiding it. Let's maybe do a bit of a shorter one, and while I've got you, let's put another one in the can. So if you're happy to leave it there, let's do that. Do you have a tool of the week for me this week?
Tool of the week.
I put you on the spot absolutely every week.
No, I think about it every week, and then I'm like, I research so much gear, like, all the time, because I always want to make my life easier, So this week I've been researching a lot of bags and cases, just to. I really enjoy the backpack that I have at the moment. So I have the Rains. The brand is RAINS. So they actually started making rain coats, and then they got into making bags and other kind of accessories. But it's like kind of raincoat material, but it's actually super lightweight. So I can just put little EDC bags or pouches or whatever, right, inside this really light and tough kind of backpack. It's got a laptop sleeve and stuff like that, so it weighs like nothing. It'll probably be under 500 grams, right? So the beauty with that is, when I go on a plane or travel or even just daily life, I can just pack it with only the things I need, and it's still so light and portable. Whereas with traditional camera backpacks and stuff like that, they have too many bloody pockets that just add all this weight, and just you've always hiding stuff everywhere in them, and it's just really, they just become way too heavy, especially for like national travel in Australia is only 7 kilo allowance for a lot of the airlines. So I would say that this Rains backpack it's the second one I've had now. The first one, the zip kind of broke after 2 years, but they probably have a warranty on it, but I didn't even really second guess. I just went out and got another one because I was so happy with it. But it literally just has the roll top at the top.
Yeah.
So you can put all your pouches in. It's got one zip on the front, which allows you to just put your wallet or a card reader or whatever in the outside, and then it's got one on the back where it allows me to put up to a 16-inch laptop. So yeah, I can't, I don't know what I'd do if I didn't have it now. Like, I
Yeah,
just want to buy 10 of them so that I've got them for the next 10 years,
yeah,
in case they stop making them.
yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah,
that's so good when you find a product that you can like really stand
y-
behind.
exactly. Yeah. Sponsor me. That's, yeah.
So I have to ask. I've considered many times in the past. I have just like a think tank airport essentials bag that I've had forever. Jem got it for me
Yeah.
probably like 7 or 8 years ago, um,
Yeah.
and so good, so good. It's not. It doesn't look, super sexy like some of the new ones, but in terms of just like function and just purely just from like making the most of the amount of space that you have. It's been fantastic, but I've considered so many times getting a little, Rolly Pelican case as well, because
Yeah.
obviously, well, first of all, they look cool, and
Yeah.
it's fun to be rolling in to your set with your Pelican,
Oh,
but
yeah. Yeah.
secondly, genuinely, like we're saying, a great product. You can basically buy a Pelly and have it forever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Travels really well, whatever. But on the other hand, the backpack's been really good. It's also like probably a tenth of the weight of the Pelican case. Even like the new Air
Yeah.
ones, there's still a bit of weight to them, particularly for carry on planes and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
What do you think? Is it worth the money to get the Pelly? I know you got a bunch of them.
Yeah, so I have the 1557 that I actually take on carry on. So I think it's like, I don't know the exact dimensions, but maybe it's like 40 centimeters by 30 by 30. So it's actually,
It's like a big
that's
backpack
been,
size, really. Is
well,
that the
yeah,
one?
but it's kind of, it seems a bit deeper and shorter,
Right.
but it's actually, that's what I usually take for carry on because, man, I can fit so much in there. Like, it's actually really good, especially the Sony mirrorless like bodies. I can stack, I stacked 5 bodies in there with like a handful of lenses and I was good to go. And then it also can fit my laptop in there as well. So I can just have the batteries, the bodies, and laptops, and then maybe just one lens so that if my other like check-in stuff goes missing, I can still do the shoot. But yeah, I would say that one is so handy. Yeah.
Do you pay extra to upgrade your carry-on allowance? Because that's something that I only
It,
realized you can do recently. It might only be certain airlines.
it's only certain airlines, yeah. So you can with Virgin, not Virgin, sorry, with you can with Jetstar. Qantas give you 10,
Hmm.
Virgin give you 7, Jetstar give you 7, but you can upgrade Jetstar to 10. So the 10 it really is the go because that's when I can carry that 1557
Mm.
Pelican like actually loaded properly. Otherwise, usually I'll just like have a jumper or a jacket on and just shove shit on me or carry it in my hand. Like I always take my laptop out so it's in my hand, and then even a camera like around my neck or whatever. So it's technically it should be in the bag, but yeah.
Yeah, because you can
But
have a
yeah, it's
personal item, right? Like
exactly,
a backpack and a
exactly.
handbag or
Yeah,
a
yeah.
laptop or
So
whatever.
the other day we shot a wedding in Airlie Beach, and I took the FX6 as my personal item. So I'm walking on with like this fully rigged out FX6. Like no one said anything. It was just like, oh, that's a big camera. Yep.
Oh, it's my handbag.
So
Yeah,
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 exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because
But
I actually like to take.
yeah,
I will often rejig my backpack. Obviously you bring what you need when you travel, but keep it bare bones. And I
yeah.
also really like to just have just a laptop bag that I can just put. When I travel, I always really like to have, not in my pockets, but I like to have my phone, wallet, passport, whatever, boarding passes
Oh yeah, yeah,
on my person. So I know
yeah,
exactly where they are, because there's nothing worse
yeah,
than or coming off the conveyor belt from the airport scans or whatever, and you have to pat all your pockets and work out where everything is. Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
like to keep it all in one bag. I'm actually quite a fan of the bum bag. actually, even just for domestic flights. I mean, no one even knows you've got it on, and just to know that I've got all those little essentials on me.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I remember my first trip to Europe, Mum made me have one of those money bags. So you put it, underneath your shirt.
Yeah.
Super thin, and it had these. I put all my credit cards in these like. It was like tinfoil kind of like sleeves, so it was like no one's gonna get me like
yeah
so
been there, done that. My tool of the week, actually, let me just go grab it real quick. This is super random. This is something that it's not photography related at all, but something that I've been chasing for as long as I can remember. It's a Gameboy Micro.
Dude, did you just buy that?
I have been looking for a red Gameboy Micro for no joke the last 10 years. The red is, I'm a little bit of a Nintendo, particularly like Pokemon, but a little bit of like a Game Boy nerd.
Yeah.
And the Game Boy Micro is like probably one of the rarest Game Boys. I think they sort of came right at the end of the Game Boy Advanced era, and not many people bought them. And the red one is like, that was the Australian color. Every region got their own exclusive color.
That's cool.
Anyway, I found this a couple of weeks ago on Marketplace. Really good price. I'm so stoked that I've got it, and it's so tiny to travel and
it's so good.
Just play all my favorite Game Boy Advance games on. I'm so hyped on it, and it's just going to be in all sorts of everyday carry photos.
Yeah, it needs to be future. Like that. So I got my my old let's have a look. Got my old iPod from Mum and Dad's the other day.
Nice.
And same thing. I was like, dude, this thing is sick. Like, they actually announced last week that they're going to stop making iPods like forever now. But anyway, I went on it, and it had all these old videos of like my first band, like jamming and gigs and like all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I bought a charger to recharge it, but yeah, I'm just like so hyped on it.
So cool. And not just all the videos and stuff, even just to see all your old music libraries. I don't know about your iPod, but I was meticulous with the way that I would set it up and lay it out and have all the if I downloaded something, I would find the album artwork to match everything.
To link it, because everything was illegal download, so you'd have to yeah, love it. So anyway, this thing is it's in such good condition, and there's something special about, like, you can get emulators and whatever, but there's something special about playing the actual games, the real deal.
your actual childhood games. So this is going to be my new favorite travel thing. Weighs nothing, so tiny. Love it.
Sweet.
Let's leave it there. Thank you once again, mate, for joining me. Much appreciated. We persist. It's hard to get us in the same place at the same time, but I always appreciate your time. Thank you again so much for watching. As always, the best thing you can do to support the podcast and the channel is just to leave a like on this video. It's so easy, it's free. The content actually takes a bit of time from both of us to produce. So the best possible thank you could give is just a like on this video. If there's anything you'd like to contribute to the conversation, if there's a question that you have you'd like us to cover, I think that's what we really need to do, Kurt. We need to get a community episode. Maybe do some Instagram DMs, then we can shout out people's Instagram handles if they ask questions. Always much appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time. Bye.